Picture for a moment that you could peek beyond the veil separating this world from the next. What might souls discover when they cross that threshold? Inspired by the serene and profound wisdom of Chico Xavier, today we're embarking on a unique journey, exploring 10 revelations that, according to spiritual teachings, people encounter in the first year after death. This is T, just about what happens beyond. It Iun S, about how these discoveries can transform the way we live right now. Open your heart, because what you're about to hear might change how you see life forever. From the very first second, I want you to feel the same curiosity that has touched millions when they ponder the mystery of existence. Chico Xavier, with his humility and love, taught us that death is not the end, but a doorway to a new beginning. What if, by stepping through that door, you uncovered truths that explain everything you've ever wanted to understand? Every word we'll share here is an invitation to look beyond fear and embrace hope. Let's unravel these lessons together. Lessons that comfort and inspire a fuller life. This journey isn't just for those seeking answers about the afterlife. It asks for all of us who've ever wondered what truly matters. Drawing from Chico's teachings, which always guided us with tenderness, we'll explore how the spirit, freed from the body, finds clarity, love, and purpose. Each revelation is like a mirror reflecting not only what awaits us, but what we can build today. So, take a deep breath and come with me. Because this story isn't just about the hereafter, it's about the now. You know that quiet longing we sometimes feel, like something greater is calling us? Chico Xavier said that longing is the echo of our spirit, yearning to understand its own eternity. As we talk about these 10 discoveries, you'll see they were not distant or out of reach. They were tied to the choices we make every day. With a narrative that pulses with emotion and truth, we'll weave these lessons so captivatingly you won't want to blink. Are you ready to feel the impact of these revelations? Finally, imagine a gentle light, like the one Chico described when speaking of the spiritual realm. That light guides souls, but it also illuminates our path here. Today, you'll encounter truths that will stir your soul, spark your curiosity, and perhaps bring peace to your heart. This isn't just a video. It's an experience to feel, reflect, and grow. Let us discover together what people learn in the first year after death and how these lessons can transform our lives now. Stay with me to the end, because every word is meant for you. When the soul leaves the body, something extraordinary unfolds. Chico Xavier, with his spiritual clarity, taught us that death is merely a change of state, like stepping from one room into a wider one. In the first year after passing, the first great discovery is that life goes on. There's no final darkness, but a gentle awakening where consciousness expands. Imagine opening your eyes and realizing that everything you are, your thoughts, your feelings, still pulses with vitality. This revelation, so simple yet so profound, brings relief and an invitation to reflect. What are we building now for that next stage? This awakening isn't just about existing, it's about understanding. Chico said that the spirit, once freed, begins to see with the eyes of the heart. The second discovery is that masks fall away. Everything we've hidden, our intentions, fears, and loves, becomes clear as day. There's no external judgment, but an inner truth that envelops us. It's like gazing into a mirror that reflects not your face, but your soul. Have you ever wondered what your reflection would say today? This clarity guides the spirit's first steps in the spiritual realm. Then comes the third lesson. Time isn't what it seems. According to Chico's teachings, the first year after death isn't measured in days or months, but in moments of learning. The spirit begins to understand that time is a dance of eternity, where each experience has its own rhythm. This makes us question, why do we rush so much here on Earth? Why do we cling to clocks when what truly matters is the quality of each moment? This discovery is a call to live with more presence, more soul, but not everything is lightness. Chico warned that, at first, many spirits face longing. The fourth revelation is that bonds of love remain unbroken. Have you ever felt an emptiness you can't explain? Perhaps it's the echo of someone who's passed, yet still connected to you. In the first year, the soul discovers that true love transcends matter. It's like an invisible thread tying hearts together, even across worlds. This certainty brings comfort, but also responsibility. How are we nurturing our bonds today? Finally, the fifth lesson in this first stage is the presence of forgiveness. Chico taught that, upon crossing the veil, the soul finds a unique opportunity to reconcile with itself. It's not about erasing the past, but understanding it with compassion. Imagine the peace of looking at your mistakes and, instead of guilt, feeling a light that says, "You can begin again." This discovery isn't just for the beyond. It calls us to practice forgiveness today, with others and ourselves. Are you ready for the next step in this journey? As the spirit adjusts to the new plane, something magical begins to blossom. Chico Xavier said the spiritual life is like a garden where every soul finds its place. The sixth discovery is that we all have an eternal purpose. In the first year, the soul starts to recall why it came to Earth and how its experiences, even the hardest ones, were part of a greater plan. It's like finding a map that suddenly explains every twist in the road. Have you ever thought about what your map would reveal about your life today? This reconnection shifts how we view suffering. The seventh lesson, per Chico's teachings, is that every pain has meaning. In the spiritual realm, the soul sees that tears shed were seeds of growth. There's no regret, but gratitude for each lesson. This makes us wonder, what if, instead of fleeing pain, we embraced it as a teacher? This discovery doesn't erase scars. It transforms them into stars lighting the way. Then comes the eighth revelation, the freedom to be who we truly are. Chico reminded us that on Earth we often hide behind roles: parent, child, professional. After death, those labels fall away, and the soul rediscovers its essence. It's like shedding heavy armor and feeling the breeze on your skin. Imagine the lightness of being just you, without judgment. This freedom invites us to seek, even now, the courage to live authentically. What's holding you back today? But purpose isn't just personal. The ninth lesson is that we're all connected. Chico taught that, in the spiritual realm, the soul sees how every encounter, every gesture, is part of a larger web. That stranger you helped, the kind word you offered, it all ripples. In the first year, the soul understands how its actions on Earth touched other lives, for better or worse. This makes us think, what marks are we leaving on the world? What legacy do we want to build? Finally, the 10th discovery is the certainty of ongoing evolution. Chico said, death isn't the end of the journey, but a new chapter of learning. In the first year, the soul realizes there's always a next step, a new chance to grow. This truth is a gift for us still here. It reminds us it is never too late to change, learn, or love. Ready to dive deeper into this story? In the spiritual realm, the soul begins to feel a presence that warms the heart. Chico Xavier spoke of a light that doesn't blind but embraces, the light of divine love. The 11th discovery is that God, or the greater force guiding the universe, is closer than we imagine. In the first year, the soul feels this presence not as a judge, but as an eternal embrace. It's like coming home after a long journey. Have you ever felt, in a quiet moment, that something greater watches over you? This light also reveals the 12th lesson, the perfect justice of the universe. Chico taught that nothing happens by chance. In the spiritual realm, the soul sees that every action on Earth created a reaction, not as punishment, but as learning. It's like a book where every chapter makes sense when read in full. This discovery invites us to live with more responsibility. What choices are you making today that will echo tomorrow? Then comes the 13th revelation, the power of gratitude. In the first year, the soul looks back and sees how many blessings it received, even in the hardest times. Chico said gratitude is the key that unlocks the heart. Imagine suddenly feeling a thank you for everything, the joys, the pains, the people. This lesson calls us to practice gratitude now. What are you thankful for in this very moment? But not all encounters are easy. The 14th lesson is that the soul may reconnect with those it clashed with. Chico taught that the spiritual realm is a place of harmony. In the first year, the soul has a chance to resolve misunderstandings, to forgive and be forgiven. It's like untying a knot that tightened the chest. This makes us reflect. Who do we need to forgive today? What bridges can we build before it's too late? Finally, the 15th discovery is the peace that comes from understanding. Chico said that by grasping the purpose of everything, the soul finds deep rest. It's not the end of questions, but the start of serene trust. This peace reminds us, even in life's rush, we can find moments of stillness where the soul breathes. Let's move to the next stage of this journey. As the first year progresses, the soul begins to look forward. Chico Xavier taught that the spiritual realm is dynamic, full of opportunities. The 16th discovery is that the soul can choose its next step. In the first year, it starts planning how to continue its evolution, whether by helping other spirits or preparing for new experiences. It's like charting a new path with the wisdom of what's been lived. What paths are you choosing today? This preparation brings the 17th lesson, the importance of service. Chico said true happiness comes from helping others. In the spiritual realm, the soul discovers it can be useful, whether guiding someone on earth or learning from other spirits. It's like finding a purpose that doesn't depend on material rewards. This makes us think, how can we serve more, even in small ways? What difference can we make today? Then comes the 18th revelation, the eternity of learning. In the first year, the soul sees it never stops growing. Chico taught that every experience, here or beyond, is a school. Imagine the joy of knowing there's always something new to discover. This lesson invites us to embrace curiosity in life. Why not learn something new today, just for the joy of growing? But the future also demands courage. The 19th lesson is that the soul must face its own limitations. Chico said that in the spiritual realm, there's no escaping oneself. In the first year, the soul works to overcome old patterns like pride or selfishness. It's like cleaning a window to let the light in. This discovery calls us to look within now. What can you improve in yourself? Finally, the 20th discovery is trust in tomorrow. Chico reminded us that the spiritual realm is a place of hope. In the first year, the soul sees that no matter what it's lived, there's always a fresh start. This certainty is a gift for us walking the earth. It tells us every day is a chance to begin anew. Let's head to the final part of this journey. We've reached the end of the first year, but the story is just beginning. Chico Xavier said death is a comma, not a period. The 21st discovery is that everything we did on earth echoes in the spiritual realm. In the first year, the soul sees the impact of its actions. Every smile given, every grudge held. It's like watching a movie where you're the star. What story do you want to tell when your time comes? This reflection brings the 22nd lesson, the power of love. Chico taught that love is the only baggage we carry. In the spiritual realm, the soul sees that every act of kindness, every moment of connection, shines like a star. Imagine looking back and seeing a constellation formed by your acts of love. This makes us think, how can we love more today? Who needs our affection now? Then comes the 23rd revelation, the simplicity of happiness. In the first year, the soul discovers that joy isn't in grand things, but in moments of kindness, truth, and peace. Chico said happiness is made of small pieces. This lesson calls us to cherish the now, a hug, a laugh, a sunset. What made you smile today? But the journey also reminds us of responsibility. The 24th lesson is that the soul carries what it sowed. Chico warned that we reap exactly what we plant. not as punishment, but as natural law. In the first year, the soul sees how its choices on earth shaped its spiritual path. This invites us to live with more awareness. What seeds are you planting now? Finally, the 25th discovery is the promise of reunion. Chico Xavier said no one is lost forever. In the spiritual realm, the soul feels that those it loves are on their way, whether in a new meeting or a new life. This certainty is a hug to the heart. It tells us life is a dance of comings and goings, but love always finds us. Why not live today as if every moment is preparation for that reunion? Stay with me to the end, because now comes the final invitation. And so, we reach the end of this journey, but Chico Xavier's lessons keep echoing. These 25 discoveries are ET just about what happens after death. They are a map for living better now. Each one reminds us that life is precious, love is eternal, and it's never too late to grow. So, why not carry these truths into your day? Pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what can I do today to live with more heart? If this video touched you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs these words, and subscribe to the channel for more content that warms the soul. In the comments, tell us, which of these lessons moved you most? Your story might inspire others. And don't forget to hit the bell so you won't miss our next reflections. Let's build a life that's lighter, truer, and full of love together. See you next time.